Hey, what is up guys? I'm Greg Builds, and welcome to this Minecraft build tutorial. On this episode, we're going to create a stylish automatic sugarcane farm. And this farm is completely indoors, and from the outside, it looks like a regular building. And that's great, because it not only functions well, but it is also aesthetically pleasing. This automatic sugarcane farm has a collection system at the bottom. And this system loads into hoppers, and then into a chest. Now up top we have the sugarcane plants. And from here there's also observers. And these observers trigger when the sugarcane is ready to harvest. And those observers operate pistons. And these pistons break the sugarcane, which then flows down to the minecart with the hopper in it. And that empties into more hoppers, then into the chest. That way, once completed, all you have to do is collect the sugarcane. And there's no maintenance after that. This build is not that hard to make, and you can make this even if you're new to building. And I'll even be here step by step to help guide you through this build process. This build is broken down into 6 steps, and without further ado, let's start the build. Also, this automatic sugarcane farm is roughly 11 by 10 blocks wide, and it is 8 blocks tall. And here's a complete list of the materials you'll need to build the sugarcane farm. Also, this entire build project will require 11 block area by 10 block area spacing, and I mark my area out with coarse dirt blocks. And you can do the same, that way you know how big the layout is before we start the build. Step 1. First, let's add in the main support. We'll need 33 oak planks, 5 grass blocks, 21 clear glass blocks, as well as water. From the back left corner, let's move over 4 dirt blocks. Then once at the 4th dirt block over, move back an additional 3 more spaces, then add an oak plank. Then we could double check by moving over 4 blocks, and back an additional 3 more. Then once we place the oak plank, we can make a row of oak planks that are a total of 5 planks wide. And again, the purpose of this dirt outline is to show how big the build will take up. That way you can position this building exactly where you want it in your neighborhood. Then let's add in 2 more rows on top of that, and that'll be a total of 3 rows tall. Then let's add a grass block as a placeholder, then place a grass block in front of it. Then we can remove the placeholder, then extend across to the other side. Next, let's add a ring of oak planks around the grass blocks. As well as around the back. And make sure to leave a 1 block gap behind the grass blocks. Then once completed, we can add in water in this opening. And make sure the water is right next to the grass blocks. Then let's add in 3 clear glass blocks at the side. Then we can add a wall along the front of grass blocks, and make this 3 blocks tall as well. Then we can add a column of 3 on the side as well. Step 2. Next, let's add in the automatic mechanism. We will need 5 observers, 5 pistons, 5 sugarcane, 5 glass blocks, and 5 oak planks. First, let's add in 5 sugarcane on top of the grass blocks. Then let's add an oak plank at the end. And this will be a placeholder. Then add 1 next to it, and remove the first one. Then let's continue the oak planks across until the water is covered up. But do not place the oak planks in the water hole. Rather, place it above it, because we still want the water, and this water will help the sugarcane grow. Next, let's add pistons on top. And make sure the pistons are facing inwards, just like this. Then let's place observers on top of the pistons, and make sure the button is at the back side, just like this. Then to finish this step, add 5 glass blocks on top. And to do this, we'll need a placeholder. Then we can remove the placeholder, and start the row. Step 3. Next, let's work on the collection system. We'll need 8 oak planks, 2 redstone blocks, 6 hoppers, and 1 chest. First, let's add 5 oak planks along the backside, and place these oak planks along the back of the pistons. Next, let's add 3 more oak planks in the center. Then let's add a redstone block in the corner. However, we'll need to remove the oak plank quickly, and quickly add in the redstone block, as the water will flow out. Now if the water falls out for you, that is okay. Just make sure to refill it on top. And to do this, you may have to remove a few blocks, then reassemble. Then let's add another redstone block in this corner. Then we can add a chest on top. Then down at the bottom, let's add an oak plank at the center of the row. And this oak plank is temporary. At the side of the plank, add a hopper. And make sure the little lever at the bottom is pointing inwards. Then let's add another hopper to the side. And to attach two hoppers together, we'll need to crouch. And if you're playing on a computer, you can hold shift. And that's how we crouch. Next, let's do the same on the other side. Start by attaching two hoppers together. And make sure the levers are both pointing inwards. And don't forget to crouch while placing the hoppers together. Then make sure to remove the plank in the center. Also, remove the plank behind this as well. Then from the backside, attach a hopper to the chest. And to do this, we'll need to crouch again. Then we can attach another hopper behind this. And we'll also need to crouch as well. Then back in the front, we can check our work. We'll have two hoppers pointing inwards towards the chest. And two hoppers on either side pointing towards the center. And you definitely want to make sure all the hoppers are pointing in the right direction. Otherwise, the collection system won't work properly. Step 4. Next, let's add in the rail system. We'll need 3 rail sections, 2 powered rails, 1 minecart with a hopper inside, 5 redstone, and 4 oak planks. At the back of the farm, let's add redstone on top of the oak planks. Then let's add rails on top of the 3 center hoppers. Then at the ends, we can add power rails. Next, we can add 2 oak planks at the ends. Then add 2 more planks on the other side as well. Next, let's add a minecart on top, and make sure this minecart has a hopper inside the cart. Now, I'll show you how to make a minecart with a hopper inside, as I know it may sound a little tricky, but it's really not. Now, many of you may already know how to do this, and that's great, and I'll get back to the tutorial very quickly. But to make this minecart with a hopper inside, we'll need to first make a hopper. Do this with iron ingots. As well as a chest. Then let's make the cart. To do this, we'll need iron ingots. Then let's combine the hopper and the cart. And we're done. Now the automatic sugarcane farm is completed, and we can wait, and over time the sugarcane will grow, and once it gets to 3 blocks tall, the observers will fire, and this will operate the pistons, and these will break the sugarcane. Then the sugarcane will fall down, and the Minecraft with the hopper inside will collect it, which will then end up in the chest. Now even though this automatic sugarcane farm is completed, it doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing, so we need to make it look good, since this is something we're going to have very close to our main base, and we definitely don't want this ugly contraption just sitting around. So, to make this look better, let's add a building around it. However, this is technically done, so you do not have to go any further if you would like, but I'm going to expand on this farm. Now to make this building around the farm, we'll need an additional materials. Now I included this material list separately, because this is not a part of the farm. It's just to make it look good. And again, it's technically not necessary, but I think it's good going the extra step. So here's a list of the materials for the exterior building. Step 5. For this step, we can construct the walls, and we'll need 162 cobblestone blocks, 60 white glass panes, 1 oak door, 41 oak stairs, 7 oak planks, and 5 ladders. First, let's make 4 cobblestone walls, and make these walls around the inside of the coarse dirt outline. Also, extend these walls up to a total of 5 blocks tall. Then we can continue raising the walls. And make sure to keep the walls inside the dirt outline. Then once completed, we can add 3 additional cobblestone blocks. And add 3 blocks to each corner. Then once we finish this, we can head back to the front. And in the front, we can add an oak door in the center. Then we can add a 2x2 window on the side. And then we can add another 2 tall by 2 wide window on the right side as well. Then let's add 2 rows of white glass panes in between each column on top. Then we can add an upside down oak stairs above the door. Then once completed, we can add in more upside down oak stairs. And add these stairs to the 5th block up, and wrap this around the entire house. Now we can head inside, and in here we can add an additional row of oak planks. Then I'm going to add in a ladder. That way we can come up here and check out the farm while it's working. Step 6. Next was add in the roof, as well as the landscaping. We'll need 68 glass blocks, 31 oak leaves, and 6 tulips. And I'm going to use clear glass, as we don't want to shade the sugarcane from the crops, as that will slow down the production. At the top of the house, we can fill the top with glass blocks. And then once completed, this will make a flat roof. Next was add in oak leaves on top of the dirt outline. Then next to the door, I'm going to add in 3 tulips on either side of the door. And this will complete the automatic sugarcane farm. And not only is this farm functional, but it also looks good. Now this is a very small farm, and the design can be expanded on if you'd like. And if you'd like a larger volume of sugarcane, you could even make more of these. But this is a great addition to your base, and while you're playing, this will be collecting sugarcane for you. Thanks for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions about the build, or would like to leave some feedback, I would love to hear it. Also, make sure to subscribe, because I create build tutorials just like this one every week. I'll catch you in the next one. Later guys! Want more build tutorials? I have many other playlists that might interest you on my channel. Make sure to check them out.